You are now tuned in to Blast Global Radio. We are at the Joseph Walker Williams Center promoting Men and Boys Read. I am your host, King Darius.
This is your girl, Exquisite B. And thank you all tuning in with us. I am here with Vicky Adams and also Sharon Adams. And we are so excited to talk about this great event that we're about to have. It's called Men and Boys Can Read. Miss Vicky, this is a great event. I'm so excited to hear that somebody in the city is concerned about our young men to learn how to read. And that's a big issue in our community.
I agree. And it's been an issue for a very, very long time. It's nothing that just happened overnight.
Right.
A lot of the research shows that boys drop off of reading right around the 3rd grade, and it takes a lot to get them reading again, if at all.
Yes.
And some of it can be done very easily. Parents can introduce their boys to different kinds of literature.
Right.
You know, a lot of things that the boys read in school are not things that they're necessarily interested in.
Correct.
So boys will read, but they read differently from girls, and they want to read things that they enjoy reading. So books that promote them, where you see positive black male images, are the things that African American boys and all boys gravitate towards. They want to see themselves in the literature. And we have tons of stuff out there for girls. There's so many books out there for girls, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. But I think stepping it up a little bit and exposing boys a little bit more is what we need to do.
I could believe that because I have a son myself. And I know when my son was little, me and my mother, it takes a village, of course.
Absolutely.
Me and my mother worked really hard. And my sister also, she's a teacher. And my main thing was like, look, let's get him started early so that we won't have any trouble with him fumbling around, learning how to read, pronunciation, doing the phonics and stuff of that nature. Because phonics had left away. And they took phonics out of education.
Yes, they did.
Right after we was in school. So we got the tip of phonics and then it disappeared. Now they're bringing it back. So I'm so excited. So Miss Sharon.
Yeah, last time I had phonics was in the 3rd grade.
Yes, it was. It was the 3rd grade. Yes, and then before we move on, like King Darius probably was the last group of young men that knew how to read with no problem. Then it kind of trickled out because everything else in the world came through. Yeah. But I'm excited. So Miss Sharon, so what's your involvement with Miss Vicky and this big event?
Well, I'm excited because I'm an educator too, like you said. I did experience, myself and Vicky, we experienced, them taking away phonics and putting in whole language, which wasn't helpful for the young men. And so some of the children did drop off in their reading skills.
Yes.
So now they've put phonics back in where it always should be.
Right.
Because you should be able to sound something out. You need a strategy in order to break down a word or anything that you're working on. So, she has an exciting bookstore, and it provides literature for all the students and children that's in our community, whether they're boys or girls.
Correct.
But we have sometimes, if young men, when they see, when boys see men reading, then that encourages them.
It does.
Positive things that men do encourages positive things with young boys.
We need that.
That's 100%.
And I'm so excited that you're pushing that. You talked earlier, and I had said, I know you get kind of a lot of frowns because it's a woman standing up to push something for young black men.
Yes.
And I think that's awesome because we don't have a lot of men that know how to actually start something of this nature. Some men be like, I don't know, it's kids, but us, being a black woman, you stood right there, and your friend also, because both of y'all are educators, stood there and said, hey, let's do this. And we can pull it, and then you can show the men how to stand up and say, hey, we do this for our young
now,
men.
some of the men, what I'm finding is many of the churches that I've gone to, they do have reading programs, but they are part of the church community.
Right.
It doesn't extend out into the community. So, I've gone to several churches where there are reading programs there that support, the girls and the boys with the reading. this particular event though, and Sharon had a lot to do with it. She's a great cheerleader. She has, I'm going to tell you about it. She dreams. I thought I was a big dreamer.
All right.
But the reason we have Christopher Paul Curtis is because she said, why don't we try and get Christopher Paul Curtis? And Miss Vicky says, I don't think we can do that this year.
Oh, really?
But then, well,
Is Christopher Paul Curtis from Michigan or?
Yes,
Yes, he
yes,
is.
he's
Okay,
from
so
Michigan.
she is a home-based author.
Yes,
he's from
Flint.
He's from Flint.
All right.
worked
great.
on the assembly line.
Okay.
But he is so awesome. I gave him a call. He says, oh sure, I'll be happy to do that.
Great.
Just asking him.
Just ask.
And I also have to say that all of the men that I've run across have been extremely supportive.
Good.
We've got Mr. Graham, who's a storyteller. We have comedian
Josiah Jones.
Josiah Jones has
Yes, we
agreed to
do.
do it.
Okay.
We've got a positive rap group. It's going to
What's
come
that?
down from Saginaw. And you know what? Kyle is the gentleman's name.
Kyle. Okay.
Kyle is coming down, and he's going to be the one who's going to do the event. I don't know if his group is going
The
to
whole
do it,
group would just have.
but
Okay,
he's going to come down and do a
that's
rap for us.
That's good.
We have a poet. I believe her husband, did your husband decide he's going to do it for us?
Yes,
Her
and
husband
they
is a
have,
poet.
we have
You know what?
several poets.
The cool thing about this whole event is you got a lot of men stepping up, and they're saying yes when you call in to be part of this
Absolutely.
event. That's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
That
Yes,
is
that's
wonderful.
that is grateful. That's a blessing.
It is.
Me and King Darius was talking, and we have never heard of anything of this nature. Like you said, some being church, but if it is, it's so quiet and
It's
hushed
very
up.
quiet.
And it shouldn't be quiet because this is such a big gap in our community with our men.
Oh,
They
definitely.
meet, even though it's in the church, I get it, because everybody, I go to church, and some people don't go to church.
That's
Right.
true.
And then some people shop for church, well, I want to learn to read, but what else I got to do? So I understand that, and that's why we don't know about a lot of the programs.
I think Detroit is on the verge of, like you just introduced me to a bookstore owner,
Yes.
the lady's name.
Yes.
I think we're on the verge of a resurgence of literacy for
Yes,
the
it
community.
is. It is.
There are bookstores that are popping up. There are other events surrounding literacy that are popping up. I have met some very interesting people who have programs or events
That's good.
around literacy and reading, and I think in a few more years you're going to see more of a book culture in Detroit, which is what we really don't have because we got such a very high illiteracy rate.
Yes, we do.
But we have to tackle that
Right.
and get back on track. And then I think that once people start to understand again, I think for a moment, because technology was out, people felt the computers were more important than the books. Books were old school. Many people did. Many people did.
Big mistake.
Yes.
You
it
know
is.
what? I still took my children to the library
Yes.
to know how to check out a book, okay?
That's
We was
right.
in there, they was like, for real, Mom? I'm like, yes, come on.
I know that's right.
My hangout used to be Detroit, the main library on Woodward.
Oh, yes.
We hung, that was our hangout.
Oh, that's
That's where we hung out at.
That's
And
right.
then, this Murray Wright Pilots.
Oh, this Murray Wright Pilots in the house.
They used to be able to they used to let us go into the Wayne State
That's right.
library.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew how to use the I can't think
Dewey
of the name.
Decimal System.
Dewey Decimal System.
You're right. We haven't heard
I love
Right. Dewey, right.
That's
I
right.
still, I might not remember the name of it, but I know how to go in there and get a book.
That's
And my
right.
kids
And find
do too.
them.
So this is so, I was like so on for doing this because I have a grandson. And this is important to me. I need for him to know how to read. Because if you can't
Absolutely.
read, you can't, people say, oh, you count your money. But you know what? Sometimes they have math problems that you have to read.
You have to read.
You have to read, and you have to figure it out, and you got to understand it. So what you all, you ladies, you're all doing, I think is awesome. I am so excited. I'm so excited that you dare and say, hey, we need to do this. I said, okay, well, let's make these calls and see what we can do. And you said, yes.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yes.
And I think the world need to know about this because, see, this is Blast Global Radio. We're just not local.
Okay.
This is going to be heard across the world.
Oh, that's
What
wonderful.
are you doing here in the city of Detroit? Now I'm so excited. You hold these books.
Yeah, I have to show you some of my
And
favorites.
I want to see about these books.
Okay.
I
And I had to put down about 10.
Oh, that's
But-
all right. We love books.
You know, they were-
We love books.
I love books. I love to read.
So I've got some of my favorites. We're going to have a mixture of books.
Okay.
When I speak about African American boys seeing themselves, I'm a brilliant little black boy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's not a beautiful cover,
Yes, it
and
is.
it's just a beautiful
And
Yes,
it's
it
inviting.
is.
and it's very inviting. It's a positive story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to show you a classic. Everybody
Oh,
knows
that's
this.
my
This is just a classic. Everybody reads it all over the world. Where the Wild Things Are.
Yes.
Everybody knows
Yes.
that.
Ooh.
It's still a great story.
Oh,
It's a great read. Okay, so we're going to have men
I
read
remember
that.
this book.
This one is one of my favorites. Click Clack Moo. I don't know if you've heard of Click Clack Moo.
No, I never heard
It's
of Click
about-
Clack
That
Moo.
was a newer one.
This one,
That's new.
it's a classic. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a classic. It's cows going to strike at a farm,
Oh.
and they type a message to the
Man,
farmer.
hold that book up so,
Yeah, hold it up.
so I can see the whole. Ooh.
It is an awesome
I
book.
love
It's
children
hilarious.
books.
It's hilarious. Yeah, children
It's
books.
an
are-
award winning.
This one here, Yo Yes, it's about two. Actually, it's the words are the same, but it's the way you ask the question or say the statement. And after you read this book, you can see why punctuation is important.
Yo, yes.
Yo, yes.
And I just have a few more.
Oh, this got an award too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And by the way,
Wow.
most of the books that are, not all of
Yeah.
them, but most of the books that are going to be read by the men are either Coretta Scott
Okay.
award winners or Caldecott. And a lot of people don't know this. You know, I'm a media specialist, which means I'm a school librarian too and a
Right, you
teacher.
just said.
Okay. And you know, school librarians know this. A lot of the quality books are voted on by the American Library Association.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
I remember
and
that.
books like the Newbery Award winner. So if you want your children to read quality literature, you may not agree with it per se, but chances are it's probably a very good book.
Okay.
So this award right here means it's one of the Coretta Scott King Award,
Okay.
and this medal right here is the Caldecott Award, which means it received an award for art.
Oh,
The artist,
the arty. Okay.
yes. And you know our kids are visual.
Yes, we are.
So those
I know.
beautiful images just
Oh,
draws them right on in. Okay,
I know,
so
very visual.
parents should look for that. And then this one right here is one of my favorites. Won the NAACP Image Award. Our children can soar.
Ooh,
I don't want to open it and read because we got somebody who's reading this one
Yes.
already.
You have to come.
And then, yes, somebody's going to read that one. It's
They're
already
gonna read
called
that.
out. And Bad News Bad News
Outlaws,
Outlaws.
they're gonna do that too.
Bass Week. Somebody's already said I'm going to do that. And I've assigned the Yo Yes to someone already. And then I'm trying to find somebody to read this one, Wilbur, which is about a little lamb who's different, but it's got an awesome message. It's got an awesome
Whoa.
I love that.
Wilbur.
Yes.
So,
I
and
have to get with you all for some books for my grandson.
Oh,
Seriously, 'cause
absolutely.
I love books. I
absolutely.
love books. I love reading children's books, you know, to the children.
They are
I
fun.
like reading them myself. I
love
the
reading
stories are just interesting.
When I was in college, you know, in order to get your reading
She just
right,
like reading the books
you
because
have
she
to
a
read
goofball.
250 children's books.
Right.
And I just enjoyed reading them all. I never knew I would enjoy that class so
Right,
much.
but I like reading them for the simple fact it has a story, a lesson, and
Yes.
it's like you just learn from it, like, wow. Like this right here, Wilbur, like, okay, he's different, I'm sure he's different.
He's very different.
I'm
Yes,
sure it's
you
different.
know it's different.
But he's got a grandpa in his corner. His mother and father just don't get it. And
Which
it's an
Well, it
awesome
happens all the
story.
time.
Which
I mean,
happens,
because people are
absolutely.
real different.
grandparents
right.
always understand.
Yes,
And it's got a great ending. It's a
Yes.
fabulous ending. Yeah, it's one of those books you gotta read.
You gotta be, I'm seriously, I need to get through for some books.
Okay.
Who else? What other great things happening at this event besides the reading? You said you had some other things going on too.
Well, we have a comedian. We have a storyteller.
Okay.
We have the men reading, and we're going to have at the very end. We call it the read,
Okay.
where everybody is going to read
Okay.
for a few minutes just to get the experience. Okay, so that's going to end the show for us. But we're going to have vendors here as
Okay,
well.
yeah, your vendors. What kind of vendors you have?
Well, we have vendors, food vendors is one, and then vendors who are going to sell things geared specifically towards boys. Remember we were talking about the
that,
women,
right.
and they wanted the earrings and the purses, and the men told me, don't you dare. Don't
Yeah,
you dare.
I do that.
They don't want the
Everybody
earrings
has
and
some wallets
purses.
or something.
So,
Money clips
yes,
and things
yes,
like that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. T-shirts and
T-shirts and stuff like that, yes.
So then we're also going to have some people passing out information.
Okay, great.
A couple of they haven't committed yet. They're waiting for some dates, so I don't want to say at this particular time.
Okay.
But yeah,
We're discussing that third grade law. That's how
Oh,
this
yeah, you
year,
have to
that's
share that,
really
please.
important.
Yes.
Please give
Yes.
me a little bit about that.
Well, just a little bit. I read some about it,
Just a
and
little bit.
they just want all the young men to be readers on their grade level before they pass them to the 4th grade.
Right.
So if they come into 3rd grade reading on a 1st grade or a 2nd grade level and they don't practice at home with a parent, you know, they don't practice enough in school, then they could possibly be in the 3rd grade for another year, and we don't want that at all.
No, that's not
We don't want
fair.
that at all. So that's why I really jumped on, because this year I really feel, a little, I don't feel well about you telling me that you're not going to support young men reading and being passed to the 4th grade.
Right.
So we have to definitely let parents know about that law,
Yes.
so that they will, really focus, because we're doing this in October. Now you have all the way to June, so moms and
April.
dads,
April.
everybody have to understand the law could hold your child back.
Come on, village,
Right.
we gotta get it
The
together.
law, that's really terrible.
Okay, and I want to make it clear, this law is for all children in the state of Michigan.
Right.
And it just puts some numbers with that. 45% of the students in Michigan did not pass the MSTEP, and the MSTEP is the test. And I'm really hoping parents just take the time to
Take it
educate
seriously.
themselves on what's going on with the testing environment. And the test is not a bad thing.
No,
The
it's not.
purpose of the test is to ensure the students have the skills they need to work in the workforce and or continue on to college.
Right.
Okay. However, the state of Michigan is in the lower 10%. There's a what is this test called, Sharon? The test that they give every year to 4th grade students.
The M-STEP?
Not
or
MSTEP. We're talking about a lot of tests. The
Right.
first-
The
this one-
NWEA?
Yeah, that's it. I think
Yeah.
that's- No. Okay, I'm
What's the
sorry.
other one? We have so many. You want me to keep
There's
saying?
so many tests.
Well, the
But-
iReady test is the main one now, but in the city of Detroit, and a lot of people are using it to see what reading level children are, so you can concentrate on the strands that they're not doing well in, so that their reading will increase.
So, but not
which one?
every year,
We
the
have
government,
so
the
many.
federal government comes and gives a
Okay.
test, administers a test to the 4th grade students.
Okay.
Michigan ranks at the very bottom with some other states, a few states, I think Mississippi is one, 10%. We're at the lowest rung. Our students score just 10% of what everybody else is doing, which means we got an issue with reading
That's a
at a
problem.
statewide level. Now, with the MSTEP,
Statewide,
statewide,
that's a problem.
It's
That's a big problem.
that's true. And then on our personal Michigan's MSTEP, the test, only 55% of the 3rd graders, I believe it was the 3rd graders, passed the MSTEP.
That's nice.
And then Detroit, and I'm talking about the public schools, Detroit public schools. And we're not just picking on Detroit public schools, we're talking about students in the district, the charter schools as well. They're scoring at only 12% of the kids are passing.
Wow.
So that means we got like 88% of the kids not passing the reading part. So if you talk about failing children based solely on tests, which is, and I want to make this
I don't
clear,
believe in that,
Yeah, I don't believe in that either.
but I want to make this
Because
clear, there are some other alternatives. Now, the
Right.
state law, and I'm educating myself about the state law, gives some relief in this sense. If the child is not classified in the MSTEP classified students as proficient, not proficient, and partially proficient.
Right.
So if a child does not pass the MSTEP, but they're one grade level below, they'll probably be able to move on if, for example, they pass the iReady test.
Right, and they have support, yeah.
Okay.
And
Or they can demonstrate it with the portfolio.
Okay.
All right, which is that a lot of people don't pass tests well, no matter what.
No, a
you do.
lot of people are not good testers.
Okay,
Right.
but if they can demonstrate their functioning on the 3rd grade level to students with their portfolios, so the 3rd graders this year have to have a portfolio that demonstrates they can read
They
and
can
write.
read. Yeah, because my
That
oldest
may also help move
was
them on
never
if they
good
don't
on
pass.
testing. Never. She always said, I want to freeze up when I get in there. Because you're timing me. So I have to, feel like I have to rush through it. I can't process what I'm reading or what I'm doing. So,
because she's so worried about
right, time. Right. So they can't focus on the test.
Right.
But the child can read and do math and do,
And that's a lot of children. That is
Right.
our
It is.
There's a lot of children like that.
So we just want parents to know what they can do.
Right.
And not just wait till the last minute. If you
Correct.
get, like Sharon said, if you get started now, get them reading now. Turn off the TV a little bit, turn off the video games a little bit,
phones.
turn off the phones. And I've had parents say, well, they can read on their phone. Well, research shows your brain actually reacts differently
When you read
with a
off
book
their phone.
than when you're reading on the phone.
It's different. Because
Definitely.
something about flipping that page is different.
It's just something
You see,
about it.
swiping
Right.
is different with the flipping of the page. You be like, oh, what's on the back?
Yeah,
There's no words on the other side of the paper.
That's
So,
right,
yeah,
that's
that's true.
And
I
you question
that.
yourself and you have something
Right,
visual
right.
and you get to, because the phone doesn't always have as much visual.
No, it does not.
And most students are visual learners.
Yes, they
So
are.
that's
Like
why it's
pictures.
really important to touch a book.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's pictures.
It's not in pictures.
It's
And-
pictures.
and
help-
something that
you can read a
engages
story
you.
from a picture.
Yes.
And when you say things like, I want to read to my grandchild, that is an experience in itself.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
Put a child in your lap or
And
sit
read.
close and you're
Right.
sharing those images
Right.
together. That's very special.
Unforgettable.
Yes, I love that's a good bonding time, and
Yes,
that's
it
when they
is.
learn. You know, ooh, picture. You know, he's looking and touching the book. I like for them to touch the book,
Yeah.
so they can get a feel like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do as I grow up.
So we
Yeah.
are excited.
Yes,
I'm
I'm excited for y'all. Oh wow, I'm just excited. I was excited about today, meeting you all, talking about this brand event. Well, how many times me and King Darius talked about 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
And so we're gonna give a little bit more information. It's called Men and Boys Read, Joseph Walker Williams Center, Saturday, October the 19th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. people at 8431 Rosa Park, Detroit, Michigan, 48206. Please come out.
Please come out.
Please come out and support these ladies here on Men and Boys Read. This is so important. This is very, very important for our community, for our little young men. And then if there are any men that see this information, that want to get aboard, please contact Miss Vicky. Give information.
Hold that up for me one more
How
time,
someone
Miss
can
Exquisite B.
contact you. They want to
People
be
get a
part
good
of
look
this
at it.
grand event.
With the special guest, Christopher Paul.
Oh yeah, special. Don't forget special guest, Christopher Paul Curtis, author of the Watson Go to Birmingham,
It was a movie too.
and it was a movie.
And it was an awesome movie.
And
It was an awesome movie.
So they can contact me by calling this number, 734-883-2514. Should I say it again?
Yes, please.
Okay, 734-883-2514.
And I want to say to you all, thank you so much for your time to talk about this event and with Blast Global Radio.
Well, I want to say thank you to Blast Global
Thank
Radio.
you for inviting us. That's so
Yes,
great.
I'm so excited. You just don't understand. I'm just full right now. So you got to excuse me. You know, I don't get excited that much, but this is very exciting to me. I love community stuff, and I just love it. And King Darius, what would you love to say?
I would just like to add, this interview will be uploaded to YouTube. You can go subscribe to the channel, which is Blast Global Radio with BGR in parentheses. Be sure to go download Blast Global Radio app. You can find it in the Google Play Store. And if you're on an iPhone, you can go to the YouTube channel, go to one of the shows, scroll down in the comment section, and there's a link.
A link.
You can tap that link for people who have iPhones, because I don't have the app in the iPhone store.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, you can touch the link and it'll put you right onto our Global Blast
Blast
Global
Global
Radio
Radio.
app. Excuse me.
Oh yeah. Sounds exciting. I'm
Yes, and this will be up tonight, King Darius.
Yes, this will be uploaded tonight.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
And share it and share it and share it, because that's what we do.
Okay.
We share
Oh, yes.
all the time.
Share.
Yes.
And I want to take the time to appreciate you giving up that artist, Trey Bands.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Love it.
Your
Yes.
boy
yes.
is
Contact-
fire.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
he is.
Fire.
Oh
He's
yes.
awesome.
Yes, he is. So this
So-
is who you got Trey Bands from.
Yes.
All right, now.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we
Yes.
played him the other night when we did our show.
So-
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Because he's a positive, excuse me, with my heels. He's a positive, wonderful young man. And his music was just touching. I met him at an event and I told him what I wanted to do. He says, I'll be down to support.
Great.
So, yeah, he's wonderful.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yes, I am
It's gonna be
too.
an exciting event.
It's going to be exciting. I want the listeners to know that Blast Global Radio is a community-based radio station.
Yes, ma'am.
we do accept criticism, constructive criticism.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So we do like for people to listen to the station and share it with other people, and feel free to comment and let us know what's going on. You can feel free to comment and on the YouTube channel. We just trying to use all the platforms to get this out here.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
I appreciate y'all for this
Can
interview.
hear us? Come on the other side.
So we can see,
So people know who you are.
That's right.
get to see the man here, huh?
The man behind the
Thank you for
coming.
God bless you. Have a good night.
Let's go radio.